After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
Aiden, are you watching watch my stream, and you can comment.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go play action. Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they pick up the 1st down there with a gain of 4.
Let's see.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins open here, Adam Thielen. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. We're scoreless after 1.
Aiden, comment hi in the chat if you're here.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So after 2 1st downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
This game
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. A toss to Cook. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
Thank you.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. To throw is Cousins. That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking 1st down. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You were the smart one.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Good job.
A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Garoppolo looks to throw. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, offensive and deep. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Here's Cousins. He gets this one to Johnson. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Check. Fresno. X3. 218.
They'll run for it with Cook. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Cousins, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And the 49ers now are going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. On 2nd and 12, Cousins.
What?
Johnson's got it complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Play fake. Cousins.
I swear to
That's
God.
complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
21. Back, 12.
Check your hot read. Check 99. Check 99.
Garoppolo on first down.
Are you serious?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter,
I doubled
who else?
him.
He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo.
Look at
Brandon, I
that.
think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Look
Now
at
a
that.
3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache.
49. 6. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Here we go on 4th down with Garoppolo.
Oh,
And a big loss here as he's taken down. There.
this game is trash. Last game.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And off we go from uptown Charlotte.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go. Line right. On the line right. Check. 59. I smell fear.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 20.
Hello? Hello. Yeah.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mahomes going to throw. Buying time to his left. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 23 yards the pickup there. Mahomes now on 1st down.
Oh, what?
That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Oh, come on.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Steps away to his left. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Speaking of Damian Williams, great Super Bowl. 17 carries, over 100 yards, and a touchdown on the ground. Charles, he also had one through the air. Did you think he would have that type of a game?
I wasn't sure that we would see that type of a game, but I knew he would be a part of their offense. And in terms of trying to break down what San Francisco does, that he would get the bulk of carries. But did I see 104 yards on the ground and a touchdown? Probably not. Did I see him catching one as well, 133 yards of total offense? Probably not. But give him his due, because now, in his postseason career, which is 6 games, 5 of them with Kansas City, 1 with Miami, he scored 11 touchdowns.
Wow.
So on the big stage, the big lights, he produces, and he actually won the battle between undrafted free agent running backs because his total versus Raheem Mostert, who ran for, I believe, 58 yards and a touchdown for San Francisco. Advantage Kansas City, advantage Damian Williams.
Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now they've got to make sure that they don't lose their focus.
On first down, Newton. He gets it to Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very solid gain of 27. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Damian Wilson in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Newton under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Throwing now is Allen. And he's got his target. That's more.
Wait. Okay.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's a gain of 18. That's another Panthers.
So now first and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. Back to throw, Newton. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down. Now Newton on first down. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back. From the 24, they'll go again on second and 10. Throwing again. Newton gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
What?
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. Let's get to some Hall of Fame talk while we have a second, because last week we mentioned the 15 guys that we knew were going into the Hall. 5 added: Isaac Bruce, Steve Hutchinson, Edgerrin James, Steve Atwater, and Troy Pump. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, Mario Addison gets the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Mahomes. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a fourth down. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on fourth. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Mario Addison. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. Cam fakes the give and keeps it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdown. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Juan Thornhill.
Buddy.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tank.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important
Wait a
third
minute.
down. He's going to fire one deep, middle, and got his man complete.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Newton. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now Newton. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. From 17 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Newton. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Call it no gain on the dump off, and it's 3rd down. 3rd and long, it's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Reggie Ragland. They are going to go for it. It's Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 42. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to float this one.
Okay,
and this
this
is
game's
caught
bad.
inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. That one good for 37 yards. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Sliding out of the pocket.
Okay,
this is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass, and the Chiefs have taken the lead. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check.
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it a loss of 12 that time. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long. Now Newton. He's going to air it out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable.